Welcome to Bobbi Jo's. Chastity here. So today I'm going to be making a lemon poppy seed loaf. This is a keto recipe and I am curious to see how it tastes. This is still recipes. I'm still doing recipes out of the Southern Keto Cookbook by Natasha Newton, and I'll put a link in the video description if you want to check out the cookbook. I am zesting a lemon, if you didn't know what I was doing. If you've never zested a lemon, you just need this handy little grating tool. Make sure you get a good one, because I got one from the Dollar Tree one time, and let me tell you, that thing wouldn't grate anything. Just go around the lemon, and I just try to get the yellow part of the skin, because if you get down to the white, it gets a little bitter. See on the back of it, all that zest. So to start with, you want to preheat the oven to 325 degrees, and you want to line a 9 by 5 inch loaf pan with parchment paper, or you want to grease the pan with oil. I'm not using a 9 by 5. I'm using my 8.5 by probably 5. I'm using my Lodge loaf pan. I'll have to see what the measurements are for that. But y'all know I cook everything in cast iron if I can. The recipe calls for the juice and zest of 1 lemon. I don't know where my big sieve is. It must be dirty because I've been doing a lot of baking. Baking. I did not cut that in half at all. Well, anyway, when I squeeze it, I just squeeze it by hand. You can use your little juicer if you have one. I have a big juicer. I have a Norwalk juicer, but it's got a hydraulic leak, so I got to figure out what's going on with it before I use it again. But just squeeze the juice of 1 lemon. This is a good hand exercise. Stretch out those fingers, those muscles in your hand. And that's why I use the sieve, to get the seeds when they come out. Okay, so let me go over the ingredients with you. Oh man, I got water on my cookbook. Ugh. Probably lemon juice. I need to move it. Okay, so for this lemon poppy seed loaf, it makes 8 servings. It has 1.9 grams of net carbs, 88 calories, 5.8 grams of fat, 4 grams of protein, 3.8 grams of carbs, and 1.9 grams of fiber. And the ingredients you need a half a cup of coconut flour. I just use this coconut flour I got from Walmart. A half a cup of granulated sugar substitute. This is allulose blend. It is Whole Earth allulose baking blend. Using that. And then we have 2 teaspoons of baking powder here. 1/4 teaspoon of xanthan gum. And 1/4 teaspoon of salt. If you're not familiar with xanthan gum, it's just a little powder. It's basically a thickening agent, but there are no carbs in it. So that's why it's used a lot in keto recipes. But this little bag will last quite a while because you don't use much in each recipe. 3 large eggs. I got them on paper towels so they don't roll off my table. Half a cup of sour cream. 1 tablespoon of avocado oil. I've got this. I have people ask me what brands I use in certain things. That's the only reason I'm showing it. Half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and I'm going to be making my own vanilla extract soon. 1 tablespoon of poppy seeds. And then the grated zest and juice of 1 lemon. And then for the glaze, I don't have the ingredients out for the glaze yet, but the glaze is optional. You do not have to do the glaze, but I will be doing the glaze. It takes 1/4 cup of heavy whipping cream and 1/4 cup of confectioner style sugar substitute. Any kind of granulated sugar you can stick in a high-speed blender and turn it into powdered sugar, so you don't actually have to go buy confectioner sugar. I have my oven preheating at 325 degrees, and I have oiled with avocado oil my Lodge cast iron loaf pan. I just get a brush and brush it in all the corners, and it shouldn't stick. As long as it's seasoned well, it won't stick. It's like a non-stick. Okay, so in a small bowl, you want to mix together your coconut flour, sugar substitute, baking powder, salt, and a xanthan gum. My little whisk is not clean. I'm going to have to use this big whisk. Whisk it all together. I've been doing a lot of baking, and some of my dishes are dirty. All right, so you just want everything whisked together good. Make sure we haven't missed any ingredients. We've got coconut flour, granulated sugar, baking powder, xanthan gum, and salt. All right, we're going to set that to the side. In a larger bowl, add 3 eggs. Whisk those. Then we're going to do our wet ingredients. We're going to do sour cream, and the vanilla extract. We're not doing the lemon juice. I said wet ingredients, but don't do the lemon juice yet. We're going to whisk this all together. Now we're going to add the flour mixture into this slowly. So let's add a little bit of this. I pre-measure all my ingredients. I try to anyway. If I don't, every time I forget something. Even if I have a bag sitting out here on the counter, I'll still forget it. And I'll leave it out. And then I'll stick it in the oven and it'll hit me. It'll occur to me and be like, oh, I didn't put that in there. And I have to do the whole recipe again. So I pre-measure everything when I can. Okay, so next we're going to add the lemon juice, lemon zest, and the poppy seeds. We're going to mix that all together. Okay, so there's our batter. That's everything we need for the batter. Oh, let me push this up here so y'all can see what I'm doing. This is my loaf pan. I have brushed avocado oil all over it. And we're going to pour the batter in. And let's kind of get it in all the little corners. Kind of get it evened out. Okay, and that's what we're going to stick in the oven. We're going to stick it in the oven for 50 to 60 minutes, 325 degrees. You want to bake it till the loaf is golden brown on top and a toothpick or a tester inserted in the middle comes out clean. So anyway, we're going to stick this in the oven, and I don't know, when we're about 15 minutes from it being done, I'll go ahead and make the glaze, and I'll show y'all how to make the glaze. And a fourth a cup of confectioner sugar, and I'm just using this Swerve because I have this huge bag. And I don't have a little whisk, so I'm just going to use a fork. And you just want to mix it together until it's smooth. And that's all there is to making the glaze. You just want that Swerve confectioner sugar dissolved into the whipping cream. And you just want to set it aside until it's done, until the loaf is done. Okay, y'all, it is done. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? It smells good. So it cooked for about 52 minutes. I haven't done a test to see if it's done all the way through, but I know it is. I can just tell it is. But let me get a toothpick. You just stick your toothpick down in there and it comes out clean. So it is done. So while it is hot, you're supposed to pour the glaze over it. Let me turn this around a little. Okay. So the glaze has been sitting out here about 15 minutes. I still got some lumps in my glaze. All right, so now we just got to let it cool. That's the hardest part, is letting it cool. And I can tell it didn't stick because it's loose all the way around the edges there. All right, well, I'll be back when we taste test it. And ta-da! Let me flip it back over because I want the glaze on top. Look at that. I hope I hope it tastes as good as it smells.
I don't see a plate over there.
Well, I was just gonna sit here and taste test it on the, aluminum foil.
Am I being replaced?
I'm getting us a plate.
Thank you, darling.
I got the dishwasher going in the background.
That's okay.
Let me take this down so we can get a side view. Let me put this over here on Steve's.
So I had a grilled chicken
Be
salad.
quiet, I'm videoing. Do you want the end piece or you want a middle piece?
You can. Okay.
Okay, this is lemon poppy loaf. We're getting some strange faces.
This isn't gonna last a day. This is good. The poppy is the excuse for the little bit of the texture issues that I have.
I was going to say there's no texture issues with this, but go ahead.
Yeah, it's pretty much like a cake. or bread. And the poppy seeds explain the little fine amount of grittiness that I'm sensing.
Okay.
Good lemon, good glaze. 2 thumbs up and a fork. And drill worthy.
Thank you, babe.
You're welcome.
Okay, so here's my review of this. This is excellent. This tastes like something you'd get at the bakery. It's got a good lemon flavor to it. You can't really taste the coconut and the coconut flour. It's got very good texture. And I think I've already told y'all this, but I'll tell you again. It's 1.9 net carbs per slice, and it makes 8 slices. So the slices are pretty big. And for only 1.9 net carbs, this is very good.
Worth it.
As
Yeah.
Steve is finishing his slice over there, he's like, "Oh, I had a salad for lunch. I can have another slice. I haven't eaten all my carbs yet."
That's true.
Well, there you have it, lemon poppy seed loaf. This is definitely a recipe we will be having again, probably at Christmas. This does not taste like something that is sugar-free, gluten-free, and keto, but it is. And don't forget to check out my cast iron giveaway number 2 video to learn how you can enter to win some cast iron. You have a few more days left to enter. Thanks so much for watching, and y'all have a very blessed week.